Hi there, I'm Bonnie Adam from pathwayshealing.com, and today I'm going to talk about some acupressure points with you. And these acupressure points are from my acupressure ebook, which is on my website. If you go to pathwayshealing.com to the shopping page and look for the acupressure ebook for personal well-being, that's where you'll find explanation or further explanation of these points. And the ebook is designed to deal with basic, simple conditions that people may have. So pain, inflammation, stress, sinus stuff, colds, flus, just basic things like that, that you can use acupressure to help alleviate some of those symptoms that are associated with those things. The acupressure is great for personal use. I don't recommend that you do it on other people. I recommend that you learn for yourself. You're not going to be a practitioner after you do this e-course or after watching the videos, but for yourself, because you can tell when you're going too deep, and you can tell when it starts to hurt, and you can tell if you're starting to feel maybe lightheaded or dizzy or anything like that, and you can't really tell that for someone else. So I recommend it for personal use and for complementary use only. So if you have any major medical issues or psychological issues, please go to a qualified medical practitioner. So I'm going to go through some points today for the head and the face. So these are points that you might use for headache, sinus conditions, colds, flus, that kind of thing. And I'll go through them one by one, and we'll talk about them that way. So the first one is Do 20, or Governing Vessel 20. And this one is really great to raise your energy up and give you a little boost, and also for mental clarity. So if you're having trouble, studying or remembering things, you can try Do 20. People who should not do 20 are people with high blood pressure. So if you have high blood pressure or you're prone to high blood pressure, please don't do this point, okay? So this is why I have the ebook to go along with it, so that you get these double reminders and the videos, and who should or should not do some of the points. So to find Do 20, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the top point of your ears, the highest point of your ears, and you draw like an imaginary line up to the top of your head. And if you're there, it kind of feels like, when you're a baby and you have that soft spot, it would be sort of towards the back of the soft spot, or the place where the back plate of the skull would join with the top of the skull, or the front of the skull. And you might even find there's a little bit of a divot there. A lot of points are located in divots, and it might be tender. And you can press or tap on Do 20 to raise the energy up. It's a great point for that. So you do that, and when you do an acupressure point, you can hold it for 30 seconds or a minute or so, and you can press as hard as you like until it gets to be a little bit tender, but not to the point of pain. And you can massage a little bit around a point too, so that helps loosen things up and works out any congestion in the point. That's how they work. We want to open up the energy flow by opening up, massaging, pressing, and then when you release, everything opens up. Okay, so the next one I want to do is, this one's really good for sinus congestion or runny nose or stuffy nose. So you basically go to your hairline here at the front, right in the middle, so straight up, and then like a finger's breadth or so into the hairline. Now here's a little trick for people who maybe have a receding hairline. If you go like this, put the, take my glasses off for a second. If you put your palm on your forehead at your eyebrows here, basically the hairline's going to fall right there, right? So even if a person is balding, you can just put the palm there and go, okay, that's where the hairline would be. And then you go a finger's breadth up from there, and you'll find another little tender spot. If you have allergies or sinus problems or stuffy nose, it will be tender, and you'll find a little divot there, and you work that guy out. Give it a good rub. Right, you can see my whole head moving there. So that's another one that's good for sinus pain. Now, stomach 8. They call this the control point of the head, because it helps to control, and balance the whole head. So if you have a headache, if you're tired, different things like that. So stomach 8, then this one is on both sides. So what you're going to do is go to the outer edge of your eyebrows and kind of bring your fingers straight up to the hairline. And it's like another finger's breadth or so inside the hairline. It might be right on the edge. And with these points, we have these locations, right? But everybody's body is a little bit different. Everybody's head is a little bit different. So, you get in there, and if you find that tender spot, that's the point, okay? And a lot of these will be tender. I'm doing this video now at the end of my day, and I'm a little bit tired, and you know what? Oh, it feels so good. It's like the ouchy good. Like it's tender, but it feels really good to rub it. So I'm rubbing that stomach 8, and that will alleviate a lot of headache tension, or just you know, any tension in the head. Another one that we're going to work on is gallbladder 14. Now gallbladder 14, if you went to the middle of your eyebrow, right, so right around the arch for most people, but in the middle, and you go up about halfway between the eyebrow and the forehead. And a lot of people have, well, some of us have a little crease there, but a lot of people have like a little sort of a cleft in the middle of their forehead. And you go in there, and gallbladder 14, there it is, feels good. It's great for eye pain, or for clearing the eyes, or if your eyes are feeling foggy or tired. It's good for headaches, it's good for sinus, good for allergies, lots of stuff like that. Also a little bit for stiff neck, because the gallbladder channel kind of goes all the way around your head into your neck. So, and I've got some nice red spots there. See, I've rubbed just enough to give it some energy, to get some blood flowing to that area, but not so much that I'm going to bruise myself, right? That's gallbladder 14. EX1, or extra point 1, called yin tang. It's called a bunch of different stuff, but that's this third eye point right in the middle, on the fleshy area right between the eyebrows. This point is really, really calming. It can calm your dreams if you're having crazy dreams. It calms the mind. It's really relaxing. A lot of people get a nice buzzy feeling when they work that point. That's a great point to work. Stomach 2. So on the stomach channel, amazing. The stomach channel goes all the way from your second toe, all the way up your leg, all the way up your body, and all the way up and over your whole face. So it goes like this and up to that stomach 8 and back down. And that's great. So one of the longest channels in the body. So stomach 2, if you go onto the apples basically of your cheeks and poke around there a little bit, you find a little dent there. There's actually a hole in your skull there. It's called a foramen. So there's a little tiny dent there, and that's stomach 2. And you can imagine, you can start pushing on this, you might actually make your nose run a little bit. So that's a great point to loosen up any problems with the sinus or the nose running. It's good for the eyes. Anything basically local to the point, you're going to benefit by working that point. So if it's on my face, it's going to work things that, you know, it's going to help things on my face. If it's on my neck, it might help my neck. Not always so with acupressure or acupuncture, but yes, the local area is going to be benefited by working here. And here, you don't want to press too hard, because it's easy to bruise this area of your face. So just a little bit, you know, work it out in about 30 seconds to a minute. Next one is do 26, and that is this area right at the bottom of your nose in the middle. Now this is good for headaches and any kind of pain in your head and face. It's also a point, it's an emergency point. If somebody's ever fainting on you, press real hard right there, and they may just perk right back up. So if they're passing out, you know, and you're walking down the street, if you can do it, give them a good press right there, and that might just bring them back. So that's most of the points on the face. Oh yeah, I want to do the points in front of the ear. So these guys are really good for jaw pain, tinnitus, and vertigo, and that kind of stuff. So things to do with the ear and the jaw. And what you do is, if you open your mouth a bit, I don't know if you can see me doing that. So I've got my mouth open, and if I take my fingers, 3 fingers, and I put my middle finger, you feel a little notch there when you're opening your jaw. Oh, there it is. And that one is small intestine 19. And then above and below that are Sanjiao 21 and gallbladder 2. Sorry, I'm losing my mind here. End of the day. So those points there, I mean, you can do both at the same time. Open your mouth, get the notch, and on either side. And give those a nice little press or a massage. And you might even get the feeling of your ears draining a bit when you do this. And you can massage around a little bit and just get that loosened up. You know, not too hard on your face. But yeah, you look really goofy doing this. But you know, that will work a little bit for clearing the ears and for helping with the jaw. And of course, if you want to massage your jaw, go ahead. So that's for the front of the face. Now there's a couple I'm going to show you on the back of the neck and the upper back, and hopefully you'll be able to see that okay. So I'm just going to put my hair up real quick so you can see what I'm doing. I'll turn around. Now, most people have, oops, I'm going to lose my ponytail, a little bump here at the base of the skull, and you can feel the bottom of your skull there, and if you go up onto that bump there, and hopefully you can see that, right on each of those fleshy, bumpy areas on the back of your skull, that is gallbladder 20. And this is a great point for releasing neck tension, headaches. They say this point clears the wind in the head. And in Chinese medicine, wind in the head is a headache. So we want to let that out by massaging and opening up this area here. And you can massage your neck a little bit too if you like, but this point, if you press on there, that will usually do it. It's great for eyes and ears and noses as well, so anything around the whole head. If you ever look at the gallbladder channel in a picture, it kind of goes ziggity zaggity all the way around your head, so this point is one of the main ones for opening that up. And then, I'm just going to put my shirt down a bit in the back. The next one that we're going to look at is called Do 14. Now Do 14 opens up the neck. It also opens up the sinuses. It's just a really great point for the whole spine, for the health of your whole spine. So it is at the bottom of the last vertebrae in your neck, called C7. And to find C7, if you bend your head forward a bit and feel around in there, it's that biggest lump of vertebrae that you feel at the bottom of your neck. So you do that. And it's the one that the one above that, when you turn your head, it should move. And C7 is the one that doesn't move. So just below that is D14. So if you can reach that and get in there and massage that one, oh, it feels good. You know, that'll help open up sinus, it'll help with headache, it'll help with neck ache, it'll help with the whole health of the whole spine. So that's a great point to use as well. And on either side of that, if you find that C7 vertebrae and you find that point, then on either side of that, about, 2 or 3 fingers breadth, the breadth of 2 or 3 fingers on either side, that's urinary bladder 11. And urinary bladder 11 is a great anti-inflammatory point. It's great for neck pain and back pain and upper back pain too. And you can get in there and it's sort of right at the edges of the vertebrae. You can kind of feel the vertebrae a little bit still, but it's right between that vertebrae and the next one down. And if you can reach further down, certainly go ahead and massage between each vertebrae in your neck, because they all have really great properties that can help to alleviate the neck pain and the upper back pain. But if you can only reach urinary bladder 11, you're still getting a really good point there, so that will help you as well. And just be careful not to be pulling on your neck or anything, just whatever you can reach comfortably. So those are some points of the head and the face that you will probably find very useful and fun to play with. And I hope you have a great time with your acupressure.